Going to the movies is such an experience. You're in that darkened room, you've got this visual image, you've got this locked out effect, and it just can affect you in such a way. And then it's after the fact, later on, when you're thinking about the movie, where it really starts to go round in your head and you start to form a solid opinion about it. When I left Detroit showing, I thought I'd seen something quite good, but the longer my thoughts went on, the more I've had a chance to mull over certain things, I'm not so sure that I was spot on with that initial impression. Detroit is Catherine Bigelow's latest movie. It's set around the 1967 riots in the city Detroit, kind of. The basic story is about a few different characters. The riots, them in a household being kind of terrorised by the police who are looking for a sniper suspect. And then the aftermath that kind of follows that. It's a hard one to really peg down a synopsis in a couple of sentences, but that's basically what the story's about. And in my opinion, the movie offered up three various aspects of this story. So the first kind of main story I would say is in this is the sort of riots happening. It opens up with this raid of an after-hours club that's not really sanctioned or have a liquor licence, and then from there the riot starts. It's quite interesting, and it kind of just spreads like wildfire, and for the first maybe 20 minutes of the movie we have these scenes of riots going on, and it's interspersed with documentary footage, with news footage of the time, which is really good. So the frame rate changes to a 4:3 and then back out to the widescreen image, and it almost fits seamlessly with what's happening. You get to see all this stuff, you get to see live footage, and the current footage fits extremely well with that footage, style-wise and look-wise. And you have this sort of grandiose effect of this riot that sort of swamped this part of Detroit, where the people were just pretty much couldn't take it anymore, were sort of fighting back, destroying their own neighbourhood, just trying to make a stance to be heard. And I found this quite interesting, and I wished I had a little bit more of this to figure out this, all the moving parts of it, and to see the politicians' reactions, how they were dealing with it, how people on the street were dealing with it, how black business owners which had to sort of put guards on their shops or put Soul Brother in the windows to try and stop from being vandalised, and all this kind of stuff was really interesting to me because I know nothing about this story. This was information and things that had happened, was shocking but super interesting as well, especially as it was interspersed with real footage. From there we kind of move into a story that's almost like a house invasion, where the police suspect that one house has a sniper. They break into the house, nobody really knows what's going on, they hold everybody kind of at hostage, they start beating them up, terrorising them, psychologically torturing them. It is full of suspense, it is very tense, it is prolonged, it is exhausting watching this part of the movie, and this is the longest segment within the movie, and I wasn't expecting the bulk of the movie to be contained in this one household with this one event, but it is, and it works super well. And then the sort of final part of the movie is the aftermath. It's like a quick wrap up to what happened to the events in the house, what happened to the people. And I think the final third is where I really lose the movie for myself, because I'm interested in how the riot started. We see that at the start, although it's sort of quick and abbreviated. It was interesting, and like I said, I'd like to have seen more of the moving parts of that, but we don't. We get the things in the house, but the third part of the movie really feels kind of cliched, and although it may be true to what actually happened, it feels rushed, it feels tacked on. There's a lot of stuff in there that I just couldn't quite grasp or understand why certain things were happening. For instance, we have John Boyega's character who is with the three policemen during the court case, and you're like, why is he with them? Why is he being lumped into this? And I think you're supposed to fill in the blanks yourself, but it'd be nice to get the information to kind of say why he is in the same defence as these guys. I feel as if it latches onto one guy, a singer, who we know sings because we see him singing in almost every scene that he's in, which just, yeah, he's a singer, I get that. You don't need to kind of show me every time you see the guy he's belting out another tune, whether it's just standing by a pool, being held with a gun to his head, being told to pray, and he's singing, he does. And ultimately I found the movie to be unfulfilling. It seems to be lacking, it seems to be all over the place, and it doesn't focus on enough of the information about why the riots happened, what else is going on in the city about the people that felt as if they've been subjugated and had to fight back. And I'd have been more interested in that. It's a movie called Detroit that's pretty much about the events of what happened in this house. And like I said, it's kind of like a house invasion. a very good one because it's super intense and just really has you biting your fingernails, gripping onto the arms of the chair. But either side of this is two different kind of movies. The cliched final third, really widespread, exciting opening that gives you a vast layout of what's kind of going on, but doesn't really go into too much detail. Detroit is one of those movies that focuses on a really hot topic, something that's always going to get people's ire up and get them fired up and they're opinionated. But when you stand back and look at the movie, I feel that the final third is rushed. It doesn't state certain facts, it skips over certain things, and it could have done with being fleshed out a little bit more. And even though it's true, it comes across as a little cliched. The middle part is super tense, and I think that is really good. You're kind of shocked at what's going on. You can't believe some of what's going on, and like I said, it just builds in tension, and it is a fantastic suspenseful piece. But the first part of the movie is where the most promise is. You have the politicians in cars try to talk to people to try and get them to like calm down, don't wreck the neighbourhood. There's other ways to do things. It shows you the ire that's in the people and how they're just wanting to just get heard, voice their concerns, and they just can't do that, so they're lashing out to get that. And that's the movie I would have liked to have seen that expanded. It's not the movie I've got. Doesn't mean that Detroit is a bad movie. I still think it's a solid 3 out of 5 because of its technical ability, because of that prolonged middle section that is fantastic. The end, I just feel, lets the movie down in this kind of ramshackled way. I would like to have heard what happened to some of the other characters that vanish. And overall, I'm still a little muddled about Detroit. I'm unsure what I really feel about it. If you're going to check it out, or if you've checked it out already, let me know in the comment box. What was your thoughts on it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was a surprise that the bulk of the movie was set in this house? And what did you think of the final third? Did you feel it was rushed? Did you feel as if it was missing certain elements and just felt a little bit cliched? Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs. Film.